Example 1.7. Consider the charges Q, Q minus Q placed at the vertices of equilateral triangle as shown in the figure. At A, I have put Q, B positive Q, and at point C negative of Q. What is the force on each charge? So you have to find the force on each charge. Okay, on A because of the charge at B and C. Then at C because of charge A, charge at A and charge at B, and at B also because of what is the force here, because of charge at C and charge at A. So now let's try to understand because of charge Q at B and on the charge at A. Suppose the force is, we are considering as F12. Okay, on this charge, force because of this charge will be considered as F12. Now both are positive, so it will be away from here. So opposite direction. So I have shown this. And because of charge at this, this is negative, okay, and this is positive. So the charge will be towards this side F13. Okay, it will be towards this. This is outside and this is towards this because I have taken this as negative. And we consider F13. The notation is force on 1 due to the charge 3. Okay, 1 on 3. 1 on 3. And the length is L. And the resultant, if I want to take, I have to complete the parallelogram and find it. So I complete the parallelogram. I draw parallel to this line, this side, and parallel to this side. And the resultant will be the diagonal. So this is the resultant. Since it is I have taken Q1, let us take as F1. Okay. Same way for this, also it will be the same. Because of the charge at A, which is positive, the force here will be outward, and we call force F21 onto charge 2 because of charge 1. And this is negative, this is positive, so attraction force towards this side. So it is given as force on charge 2 because of 3 towards this. And I have to find the resultant. So resultant is same as complete the parallelogram. I'll draw parallel to this and parallel to this. And this is the resultant. Let us call this as F2. Okay, and if we find here, let's do first this much. So now I am going to use the formula a square plus b square plus twice ab cos theta. So I need the theta between these. Now this theta. See, this is equilateral triangle given. That means this angle is 60. Correct? And this is the linear pair. So if this is 60, this will come as 120 degree. Okay. So now we have got F12. We have to find F12, F13, and then theta. First, let us find what is F12 this measure and F13. Here, F1 force on Q at A due to charge Q at B. Okay, I am going to find the force first. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught using Coulomb's law, Q into Q. Both are positive. Okay, this Q and this Q, and the distance between them is L. So L square. So Q into Q is Q square, 4 pi epsilon naught L square, and this is along opposite to this because both are same charges. So it is this side along B to A. Along B to A. Okay. Similarly, now if I want to find because of this, I will find 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q into Q. Okay, Q into Q divided by L square. The distance between them is L. Now negative sign I am not taking because negative sign only gives you the direction. Okay, I am taking only the magnitude. So the direction I have shown here, it is towards this side. Okay, this F31 is this side. So on Q1, these two are the forces. So these two are the forces I have written here. And now I have written here along AC. And magnitude is same. You can see Q square 4 pi epsilon naught L square, Q square 4 pi epsilon naught L square. So these two forces we call it as F. Okay, so I am taking F12, F13. Force on 1 because of 2, force on 1 because of 3. Both are same answer. So I take it as capital F. Call it number 1. Now I have to find the resultant. The resultant of total of these two. So it is a vector sum. Vector sum means it is parallelogram I have to find. And then I have to find using this result. So F1 is equal to, I gave you last time the formula, right? You remember? So first this vector square plus this vector square plus 2 times this vector into cos theta. Theta is angle between them. The angle is 120. Okay? And F we put as F, capital F, because they are the same. Here also F, here also F. So F square is equal to 2F square 2f square, and last time I told you cos 120 is minus 1 by 2. 2 you cut, so it becomes minus f square. So 2f square minus 1f square is f square, square root and square cut f. So f1 we have found as f, okay, here this one, okay. Same way, exactly the same way, because the q and q is same, this negative q is same, then the length also is same, that is this distance is same, this distance. So this f2 also will be exactly the same, okay. So I have just directly written f2 will be exactly the same, it will come. You can write it the same way or you can just write similarly, okay. So we got this and this. Now we have to find for the net force at this. Now see, this and this force will be equal, only direction is opposite. This force is this side, this is this. This magnitude is the same. Same way this and this also magnitude is the same. So if this I have taken as f1, this I have taken as f2. Now let's find, we have to find the resultant of this. So resultant of this also I have to find the complete the parallelogram. So I'll draw parallel to this and I'll draw parallel to this, okay, and this will become the resultant, you call it as f3. So this is the f3 resultant of this, but I need to know the angle between them, which is this angle will be 60, right? This angle is 60 because this is same on this line, so this angle is 60 degree. So now we have got this distance, this is same as this and this also same as this, and angle is 60. So let's write that f3 f31 square plus f32 square plus 2 f31 f32 cos theta. I am using the same, only angle changes, okay. This and this will remain ff, with this exactly the same, they are exerting on each other. So this is becomes 2, cos 60 is 1 by 2, 2 you cut, so 2f square plus f square, it becomes 3f square. So take out the square root, root 3 is root 3 and f square, square root of f square is out. And this will be along the bisector of angle BCA. You can see in the figure, it is bisecting this, so it is along this direction. So we can say that this is in the direction of the bisector of angle ACB, so along this side, okay. Now, so these are the three forces we have found, okay, all are equal to same. But now we have to find the last, they have said what is the net force of all these forces, F1, F2, F3. So I have taken this sum of the all three forces is 0. How? Now I have taken the angle between F1 and F2 as 60. This measurement is FF, okay, from 1 and 2, and F3 is root 3 F, okay. This is 2 plus this and this. Now angle how you find? Just let's see in the figure once again. See, you can see this angle F1, this is the force F1 and this is parallel, right? These two are parallel, okay. This is the resultant of these two, this F1 and this is parallel, okay, parallel to BC. Then F2 and this, they are parallel, AC and F2 are parallel, and when you extend this, the angle becomes 60. That means the angle between F1 and F2 also will be 60, okay. You can take this and this is along same direction, okay, same, this and this is parallel, so they meet here and this is 60, so you can say between the angle between F1 and F2 also is 60, okay. I have drawn there in the figure. So now we can find the resultant are f1 square plus f2 square plus 2 f1 f2 cos theta. So this is f square you already know, f square 2f square and cos 60, cos 60 is 1 by 2. So you cut 2, so this becomes root 3f. Now this will be, if I draw this, if I complete the parallelogram, it will be like this side, okay. So this is same. The resultant of this and this is, see, this is root 3f, this also is root 3f, but if you count angle between them 120, 180, or you can say that they are in the opposite direction. So if I add up these two, it will be 0. So total of these f1, f2, f3 will be 0. Thank you.